So the day after Christmas, I hope you found a way to make meaning this year in your lives. You may have been here for the candlelight service. You may have sung some hymns or Christmas carols on the radio, or maybe like me, you look for a gem every Christmas. It seems to be something, I don't know how it happened, but you get busy in lots of activity, most of us, and I find that every Christmas I love the traditions, but I'm looking for something that stands out. It's like God has something to say to me this year, and I don't know what God's going to say, so I'm listening, I'm paying attention. And in Unity, we talk about something being born in us, something being birthed in us. So this new awakening or new awareness is this, I call it my Christmas magic. It's like I put whatever it is that shows up for me that way. It's like my heart opens like this jewelry box, and something beautiful goes inside that I keep forever. So these last few years, I've asked God, well, what do you want me to see? It's not about like how big is it, or how sparkly is it, or how loud is it. A lot of times it's about what's very quiet. And it's always very, very beautiful. For the last week on Wednesday and Friday at the candlelight services, we listened to a gospel version of O Holy Night. How many heard that and watched my friend Yvonne dance? Oh, right? I'm telling you, that was a moment for me. And I imagine some of you had a moment watching like that. Like you won't let go of that right away. It was so absolutely stunning and beautiful. And I do have to admit that the other magic moment was when Allie, when Heidi's daughter wanted to come up on the stage because Heidi was up here. And Heidi was a shepherd. And Heidi was not planning to have any babies that night. But she did, and she brought her beautiful baby up here and sang while she held her child. She sang what Mary might have said to the baby Jesus. That was a magic moment. It was a beautiful, beautiful Christmas gift. Thank you. And Jennifer's beautiful voice. And Rana's beautiful voice and flute. There was just so much beauty. In December of 1998, I received an early Christmas gift. It was magic that I'd been hoping for a few years and praying for and writing about. And I got this photograph in the mail. It was a little tiny, about that big photograph of this baby like this. It came from the Chinese government. And with the help of the Holy Spirit, there were people in China who decided that this was going to be my daughter. And they sent me this picture and said, will you be the mother of this child? That was my Christmas gift. They waited for my answer. The Christmas card that I sent that year was, I kind of made the picture a little bit bigger and put a wreath around it and mailed it to everyone I knew. This is my Christmas gift. Christmas gift that year was a baby who was named Ma Yin Nian by the place where she lived, the orphanage where she lived at that time. But now I call her Rosie, and she's my daughter. She's sitting right up here. I hesitate to put myself in the same sentence or in the same thought as Mary, the mother of Jesus. But mothers know the ecstasy and the pain of motherhood, do we not? I suspect that fathers have a similar experience, watching your children be birthed and watching your children grow and they go away, watching your children become independent. There are songs that are sung at Christmas time about Mary. Did you know Mary? Was that one of those children? The songs at Christmas, Mary, did you know? Did you know what you were signed up for when the angel came to talk to you? Did you know what you were going to be called to do in this lifetime? Did you know, Mary? And how on earth will you ever do it? In my own little corner of the world, and maybe in yours, a child moved in and took up much of the space in my little corner, my little house. Okay, she took up all the space. With toys and cereal and books and stuff, and now her music and her ideas and her independence and her dreams and her friends. Christmas in my family was always, always about magic. My mother and father, I don't know, every year they were inspired by the Holy Spirit to do something that would take us off guard, you know, something special. And even this year, my father is alone for the first time in 52 years. And he still found a way to write a poem and send it and do something clever and bring magic to me long distance. And to make the magic, to notice the magic, to feel the magic, I have to know the magic inside of me. And the magic inside of me is not about lights out there, you know. It's about the light inside of us. It's about the Christ inside of us, the center of our being. Somebody wrote this, and it stays in my Christmas file from year to year as a reminder of what happens the day after Christmas, like today, when the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and the princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flocks. The work of Christmas begins to heal the broken, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among brothers and sisters, to make music in the heart. So we have some work to do, don't we? It's after Christmas, and you're done with the presents. Hopefully you've got the paper recycled or it's on its way out the door. But now it's the inner time. Now it's the time to do the inner work. So after the magic of Christmas, the responsibility, the chop wood, carry water of life, the karma yoga begins or resumes. In December of 1966, Dr. Ron Karenga and friends celebrated Kwanzaa for the very first time. During a time of African American political activism, it was their intention to create a holiday that would honor the African American ancestors and would motivate children to dream about a successful future, to see that there was something out there greater than what they saw at that moment, that they could create something even greater than their mothers and fathers or grandparents, because they were the future of their culture. To define success not merely in terms of money or music videos, but to recognize their potential, that they could affect social change, that they could network, that they could be peacemakers. 5 fundamental kinds of activities in Kwanzaa, and I think it's lovely that some of them are the way we practice when we gather together. The first is a gathering of the people. The second is a reverence for the Creator and creation. The third is a commemoration of the past, to give thanks to the ancestors who brought us to how far we've come, to the highest cultural values, and a celebration of the good. We're going to light what's called a kinara, and I couldn't find a kinara in Tacoma, I'm sorry to say, so we'll have to work on that this year. But a kinara is a candle holder with 7 candles that recognize the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. The first principle is umoja, or unity.
Strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race.
Thank you. The second principle is kujichagulia, which means self-determination in Swahili.
We define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves.
We build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and solve them together.
Next is Ujamaa, cooperative economics.
We build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses and profit from them together.
This principle is nia, or purpose.
We make our collective, vocational, and developing of our communities in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness.
The next principle is kuumba, creativity.
We always do as much as we can, in the way we can, in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it.